G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the north side of the map, we've got Soldier playing as the French. His opponent who spawns on the opposite side of the map, also playing the French. It is Fitzy here. Yes, my friends, we have got ourselves a little bit of week one meta, a little bit of Genesis meta coming in right now. It's the double French. Now, this is quite interesting because the map that we're playing on, it is Lipany. Now, Lipany is, I would say at this point, probably not famous, but infamous or well-known just for the amount of berries that it's got on the map. I remember once I covered a game on Lipany. I think it was the Mister, and he found the most beautiful town center point. It was like up here somewhere, and the town center was between a patch of two berries. So like, and it was like right next to them. Oh my god, it was the most orgasmic thing you'd ever seen for all those berry lovers out there. But there's going to be no berry sieves today. No deli. No deli. No what's the other one? Abbasids. Do I dare say the Abbasids? Of course, it's the Abbasids. So no Abbasids today, no deli. We're going to have a bit of a French mirror. Now, I know a lot of you guys might roll your eyes at a French mirror, but I'll be honest with you. If there's a civilization that I would want mirrored, it's probably the French. And there's a good reason why. And it's like that in a lot of games. I don't know. The French just normally seem to be the most stable civilization. They've got access to everything. It's basically like your stock standard civ, but they just cut a few corners. You know, like you only pay 25 wood for your mining camp. You pay a little bit less for your upgrades. You know, you get access to the knight in the second age. All these sorts of cool little things. They cut a few corners, let's just say that much. But it means that there are a little bit more exciting civilizations to watch. I've seen a lot of good French versus French games. One that's coming to mind, Marine Lord versus GUA, a great game. I think that was on Altai. I really do like it. I think the primary thing for me is that the fact that they've got knights available to them in the second age. So it's going to be about controlling the deer, or at least that's the way I'm thinking. So coming into this game, you're going to be looking for your enemy's deer. You're going to be looking for your own deer. Once you've found that, you're going to be a happy camper. You're going to be looking to get out that second scout, which both players have got. So you've got one scout here, one scout over here. On the other side of the map, it looks like we've got the first scout and the second scout coming up for Soldier. So it's going to be about getting up to the second age, getting professional scouts out, but at the same time, denying your enemy from picking up deer and securing it for yourself. And that's where the real fun comes in. And it hasn't been very often that we've actually seen that. So now we've got the School of Cavalry going to get dropped down. 3 villages, not too many, dropping that bad boy down. We've got 2 on the other side of the map that are dropping this down for Fitzy here. So little bit of difference or variation in the build order already. We see 5 villages coming out and making up this this lumber camp over on the other side. I think we've already got the lumber camp down for Soldier. So yeah, quite a bit of variation already coming in, but I don't expect that to be the flagship of excitement when it comes to this game. I know what you guys are really here for. It's the wolves. Now, I don't know exactly why these wolves have been aggroed. He might think he's playing against a Rus player. He may have forgotten. It's not the Rus. It is a French mirror, my friend. School of Cavalry now going up. Still 2 villages on this one. Now, there's a big difference between 2 and 3 villages. You might not think it, but take a look at that. These guys started at basically the same time. In fact, I think Fitzy started a little bit before Soldier did. And you can see that Fitzy is quite far behind where Soldier is. So Soldier really making waves over here. But 4 villages on the gold to me indicates that he is going to be going for professional scouts. He's going to need to drop down that mill. Doesn't actually have a lot of villages on wood at this point in time, so might actually not. Why has he got 4 on gold? Typically, if you're doing it, then you just go for 3 on gold if you're just going to go for a knight. But we'll see how he plays it. We'll see what he does. Fitzy definitely looking a little bit more like he's going to be going for that route. You can see the scout doing a little bit of a Michael Jackson. Not sure if you guys saw that, the bit of the moonwalk coming in. Let's see if our scouting friend can do that again. Come on, do it. Do it. It's always like, it kind of reminds me, I don't know about you guys, but I used to have a big backyard when I was a kid. And my mum, I'd be like, Mum, come outside and watch me kick the footy. And when you're watching, you never could, like when Mum's watching, you never kick the footy well. But when Mum goes inside, that's when you're kicking it amazing. That's when you're doing the biggest kicks. And I feel like right there, we watched the scout walking down that little, I don't know if you guys saw it, but as soon as we started watching, it was like, nah, it wasn't really working. Wasn't really working. But you see what Fitzy here is up to in this in north part of the map. No mill going down just yet. A little bit of delay on this mill. We'll check in with Soldier and see where he's at. Also not adding in the mill. More than all the way up. He's got the Royal Knight coming out already. But yeah, very curious that he would be focusing down these deer. Maybe he's kind of... This could be coming down to like the mind games as well. Maybe taking out these deer, pretending that you are going to be taking the deer. I don't know. Is that the mind game here? Because like we've still got no mill that has been dropped here. It's a little bit ludicrous when it comes to the way that these guys are playing. I feel like it's mind games being played because, you know, he's dropping a barracks. Like, you know what? He's got a lot of sheep under the town center. Maybe that's his consideration. Maybe he's like, you know what? I got enough sheep. Mill going to be going down. Now, Fitzy going to be spotting this out. Now, by the same token, Soldier is scouting out his opponent. Still yet to spot out this south side of the base. So I think he does know that there is no mill. But villagers going to be kept safe inside that outpost. Heading back in. And now the struggle begins. The inevitable struggle. The Royal Knight v Villager battle. This is a very common battle. A sad battle. But speaking of sad, professional scouts still not coming in. I'm a very sad man when there's no professional scouts. You guys know I love the professional scouts. Ever since they got changed in the one of the recent patches, I've just fallen in love with professional scouts just simply because it can actually be counterplayed. I think it's a lot of fun. It promotes diverse play because, you know, you come out here, your enemy spots you, bam. You know, that becomes a point of contention. It's like it really gets into it. We've got ourselves a double barracks here. Now, I don't think this has been spotted out by Soldier. If we check in on Soldier's side, oh, he's going for double stable. Oh, this is really bad for Soldier. Not again. Oh, this is not good. Now, he knows about the first barracks. If he knows about the first barracks, cancel that. Get an archery range out, Soldier. What are you doing, mate? That's my hot tip of the day. If you scout your enemy making a barracks, you make an archery range. That's my hot tip of the day. Write that one down, kids. Soldier now continuing to sort of struggle to make anything meet out over here. You can see he's got the single villager inside this outpost. Walls going down at the back of the base, looking to control the narrative a bit more. Scout back here as well, looking to find out anything that it can. Obviously spotting out that barracks. Still spots that there's no mill. So wondering what the hell all of this was about in the early game. Why was he trying to take out my deer out here? It really makes me think that there was a bit of metagaming going on. A bit of game playing as to, I'm going to get professional scouts. Ooh. But he wasn't really. It looks like double broadaxe also coming through for Fitzy here. First villager kill of the game goes down. You can see it actually falls down in through the ground. It was such a ferocious hit. He has just gone and melded into the ground. But now that spear going to be coming out. Beautiful little micro right there from Soldier, showing that he's showing his mum that he ain't no bitch. And I don't know where that came from. Oh gosh, I don't know where that came from. Fitzy going to be on the defensive though. And this is one of the things when it comes to the French mirror, it's never good to be on the defensive because you are constantly under threat. You're under threat from everywhere, and the burden is on you because your enemy is constantly able to heal up. You can see chivalry coming through now. So essentially what's able to happen is Soldier is able to just keep or is going to continue hitting the resources of his opponent, just trying to look for villagers. He's got one already, so he's building up that villager difference. Now, spears have been changed recently. They never used to be able to do this auto brace thing. You know how spears brace now automatically? They never used to do that, and it meant that the French were really strong because they would just kill spears. Like, they would just eat spears for breakfast. And, you know, it wasn't even breakfast time and they were eating spears. You know, now Soldier going to be looking to diversify his interests a little bit. Archery range going to be coming out here. I think it's a smart move from him. Obviously, there is a double barracks coming out from his opponent. So at the very least, I think you can, you know, apply a little bit of logic and say, well, I think we should make one archery range in response to that. But we'll check in with the villager counts. 32 villagers, Fitzy here. 34 villagers for Soldier. So a 2 villager difference between the two. So I guess it's just a consequence of idle time plus missing a villager, or rather having a villager killed. But now we see that chivalry has come in, and look at Fitzy, how much he is on the ball right now. He is paying complete attention. This front line is completely locked down. There's no way these knights are coming in. Spear's going to be forcing them back out as well, trying their best. Scouts out on the extremity, just spotting out for any potential harassment. But oh no, that ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. You guys know that meme? That ain't Falco. It's I think it's I was gonna say a SpongeBob meme, a Smash Bros meme. That ain't Falco. That's one of the best. Go on YouTube right now. Pause the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Just type in "that ain't Falco" and just enjoy it. Happy feet. Wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh, it's amazing. It's beautiful. But wombo combo now coming in. Spears doing their best as the archers try and thin the numbers out. Not going to have a lot of luck, but that's a lot of Royal Knights now coming in. But, yeah, I mean, Soldier's looking pretty good. But the main thing is he needs to build up this massive archer. So typically you want to avoid fighting until you've got enough archers to one-shot the spears. So how many archers is that? Let's work out. Let's do some quick math here. I've got an archer that does 5 bow with 5+ light melee infantry. My enemy has got 0 armor and 90 health. That means I'm going to need at least 9 archers to one-shot a single spearman that they've got. But just to be safe, let's call it 10. You need to wait until you've got 10 before you really start taking those fights. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for you to be victorious in those fights. Because look how many spearmen are out here. These guys are going to be out on the battlefield, and you've got to shred through these guys. If you're not one-shotting them, it's just going to be so much more difficult for you to win those games. But we'll take a look now as the scouting continues out towards the extremities. Still no professional scouts coming out for either player, it seems. We'll have a look and see. Yeah, no professional scouts here. No professional scouts there. No professional scouts anywhere, it seems. But players now still not looking to age up at this point. Fitzy, we'll check in with him as he begins to add farms in. And this is the consequence. This is the consequence of not going those professional scouts. So very easily, you could have gone professional scouts and just snuck in. Just sneak them in. Get them in. Sneak them in. So your enemy doesn't know. But, you know, it's always difficult. It's always difficult. But this is very dangerous here. Fitzy heading out to... oh, no. This is going to be a massacre. That is a lot of knights coming in for those villagers. You can see that. Did you guys see that? It's like... that is not the way you want to be doing it, but yeah, you kind of want to cut them off a little bit more effectively. But now Soldier going to be trying his best, falling back and taking out these spears one by one. He's got some horsemen here. He needs to be screening for his archers. If he doesn't, these archers will die. First one going to be going down. Second one in here as well. Needs to bring these knights forward. The archers are the key here. So the archers now going to begin fighting down these spears one by one. We'll head into the cinematic mode and begin to watch it. So ideally what he wants to be doing is focusing down the archers. He's got a really good fight here. A lot of knights coming out for him. Needs to be pulling back these low health knights as best as possible, and he manages to do it. He's going to be able to heal that up with the chivalry, and a great victory right there coming out for Soldier in the early game. He's looking incredibly strong now heading into the 12th minute here. Very well played for Soldier. And now going to be pushing upon his enemy. And keep in mind that now that he's won that first battle, he's going to be able to aggress upon his enemy and force them off these resources. So the consequence of not taking professional scouts in the early game means that you now have no food whatsoever. Now you're going to be losing villagers out here. And we continue to see these archers moving forward, being able to pick off these hardened spearmen. But keep in mind, these spearmen now have +1 armor. So you're going to need slightly more archers than you did before to take these out. So, or alternatively, you can get +1 yourself and cancel out the effect, but really doing a great job here. And this is why we can see the control that the Royal Knights allow you to have as the offensive player. You get to pick your fights, you get to hold your fights, and then once you've won the fight, you get to just keep winning even more and more because you're healing up. Like, look at these heals. These heals, you know, give it another 3 or 4 minutes. These are brand new units ready to come in. But Soldier looking incredibly strong. We can see he's out all over the map. A couple units back here, but he is up on this mill. On the deer patch, he's up on this one. He doesn't even care. He doesn't have an outpost up. You know, if he loses 6 villages, what's the deal? What's the deal? He's got full map control. He's looking incredibly strong at this point. We'll do a quick Vil count. 49 for Soldier, 30 military, versus 44 and 17. So he's up by 13 military, up by 6 villages or 5 villages at the moment. And Fitzy, he is on farms. He is well and truly on farm, so he's investing a lot of resources there. I mean, we can see the same thing happening for Soldier. A lot less happening back here, and Soldier actually looking to play it out in Age 2. At least that's what these double barracks tell me. So to me, it looks like Soldier is looking to go tri-unit composition. So that's your Spearman, that's your Archer, that's your Royal Knight, and then probably look to add in a Blacksmith. There she is there. No Siege Engineering coming through just yet, but I expect that's probably going to be on the way very, very shortly. We'll have to see how he looks to play it out, though, but it definitely seems like Age 2 going to be the way. Archer just moving towards an interesting spot on the map. I think just probably doing a little bit of scouting out here. Sort of how we saw... Do you remember in the first game, the longbows just doing a casual bit of scouting? I think Soldier's taking a leaf out of Fitzy's book and actually spots out on the hunt, and he's just checking. Just checking. Hey, you got any of that food in yet? Got any more of them deer? No, doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like he's got any more of them deer in just yet, but now going to continue working away at the mass from his opponent. Scout goes down. Looks like these bad boys are not forgetting about what happened to their friend a little bit earlier as they march in with their swords. And now they get their lancers out. So just when you thought these guys were knights, they were actually lancers. But Soldier really looking to put on some early pressure here. And he's continuing to build up this lead. Another villager going to be going down outside the walls of his opponent. Fitzy really in a difficult spot. You can see he's building up this mass of spears. If I'm honest with you guys, you never want to be the spearman player up against the French. It just genuinely feels like you are never going to win. Because as I mentioned earlier, they come in, they pick off a villager, they pick off 2 villagers, they run out, they heal. You know, okay, maybe you took out 1 knight, maybe you took out 2, maybe you got lucky, but you've lost a villager. And that continues to build over the course of the game. It keeps happening. Still Fitzy adding in more and more farms. He thinks he's playing Farmville at this point, but I got to tell you what. Was it who made Farmville? Was it King? King. I want to say it was King. King have run out of crowns. There you go. That's the best I can do for you guys. Soldier now beginning to posture, and I love the way he's got the line of sight around his opponent's base. Still got plenty of resources out here as well. No wheelbarrow coming in for him yet. Now keep in mind, double broad axe was in there. Harrison in the chat saying King did Candy Crush. It was actually Zynga that did that one. So unfortunate for Soldier. Definitely going to be no crowns handed out for him or Fitzy here today. But yeah, very difficult position right now for Fitzy. He's going to be trying his best to hold on as these walls continue to go down, but I really feel like at this point, all that Soldier needs to do, he's got such enough of a lead, just age up to the 3rd age. What you're going to do, go up with the landmark that gives you the tech. I can't even remember what it's called, just because players never make it. Get Royal Bloodlines, get your Veterancy upgrade. You've got so many Royal Knights here that there's nothing your enemy can do. If you go for like fully upgraded Royal Knights, you will literally steamroll them. They could have 300 spears out and you would still kill them. The Royal Institute. Thank you very much. Yes, the Royal Institute. So even if you went in this position, the Royal Institute, you can go for a timing push. You can just completely end your opponent. But, I mean, there's other ways to do that as well. You can do that in Age 2. We do see Siege Engineering has been completed now. Actually, let me draw that right there. There you guys go. Siege Engineering. For anybody who doesn't know how to spell Siege, please tell me it's like that. Please tell me that's how you spell Siege. Is it... I gotta check. Is it S-I-E? I mean, I'm having too much fun with the draw. S-I-E? Yes, it's S-I-E. I before E, except after C. We nailed it. We nailed it. We absolutely nailed it. Not only do you have a math stream, but now you've got yourselves a bit of a spelling stream as well. Yeah, I think that the Royal Institute would be very good in this situation, just typically because in this situation, what do you want to do? You want to just push in, kill your enemy underneath their town center. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it with a battering ram. You can do it by aging up, but there's a lot of spears here. You got to be particularly careful as Soldier now does a bit of a ram dance back towards the outpost that he's got, but now it looks like Fitzy going to be pushing in a huge amount of spears here. The tri-unit composition going to be working wonders for Soldier as he brings the spears to the front line. It's going to be absolutely awesome for him. We're going to get the little paint out now. You can see the archers on the back line just firing off over towards these units. It's too freaking hard to do that. I'm sorry, I can't commentate and draw at the same time. It's just not enough. But now, look at the amount of units that Soldier's got out here. Incredibly strong units as well. The archers on the backline just teeing off on these spears. It's going to be nowhere near enough. A huge mass of Royal Knights continues to maintain throughout this fight. I can't imagine Fitzy here staying in this game for too much longer because these Royal Knights are absolutely insane when it comes to dishing out this damage. They've got their +1 upgrade. Keep in mind, Siege Engineering is here as well, so he's going to be able to drop down that battering ram very shortly, but when you just look at the masses that he's got here, I can't see any possible way that Fitzy here stays in this game, and he does tap it out, ladies and gentlemen, surrendering the game. Soldier takes it through to game number 3, and Age of Empires 3 fans around the world cheer as their man, Soldier, heads in through to a next possible game. Let's take a look at the timelines. I want to have a look at the villager count. So you can see there wasn't a lot of damage done throughout the game. I mean, you've got here, you got here, you got a little bit here. So slowly, you know, but steadily building towards it. Realistically, like your main issue is just going to be in those fights. And that's really what it comes down to. Just taking that early fight wasn't a particularly good one for Fitzy. And he got punished for it massively. Fellas, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can watch Fitzy here as well as Soldier. And of course, we'll catch you guys in the next one because game 3 coming right up.